This is how I typically cover notebooks, and doing like 26 of them in a row, I think it's the most efficient way. All of the covers are pre-measured, so they should go on fairly easily. Do pay attention to the contact paper. Some of the contact paper I actually left in my van and it got really warm, and so it's not sticking to the notebooks very well. So if you pick one up that's really bubbly and it's not sticking to the back, don't use it. I have some extras that you can use. But anyways, I normally just pull back a little tab right here, about this much, and then I place it on the front cover, on the edge where it opens first, because we're going to wrap all the way around. And so I'm going to put it down just so I have a good edge. Can you get that? Can they see the edge? Mm-hmm. So I've got a decent lip on it so that I can fold it in. And then once I've got it stuck a little bit, I turn it, hold it down, and then I start pulling. As I pull, I flatten as I go until I get to the edge of the front cover. You don't want bubbles, because then the kids will start picking at them, and then their notebooks look kind of crummy because they picked at them.
Yeah.
So once I get to the edge of the front cover, if I get some bubbles, I kind of slow down, push them down. Once I get to the edge of the front cover, then I stop and I flip it back over so that I have the sticky side up. And then I open up the notebook to the front cover and I make a couple cuts. Can you see this? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first cut I make is so that it extends the top cover, and I cut it to the edge of the side. And then I go, actually I'm going to make the other cut down here. This is not as easy to work with as contact paper, but this is all the store had. So I'm going to turn it, I'm going to go straight down now. It's just really sticky. Okay, then I pull this piece off. I don't need that anymore. And then I also make one cut going down as close to the middle of the spine as I can. And again, this is not cutting very well, so I'll have to hopefully be able to tuck it away.
You're going through the...
Okay, so I get down here to the bottom. So now I have like a nice corner. And I'm going to do the same thing down at the bottom, just so that way I have all my cuts made and I can start folding it in. So I'm going to go up. Yeah, it's easier if you hold on to it like that. Cut. Take that extra off. And then again going up, just making one cut up to the spine. Boy, this is not very nice paper. You might have to just wait till we get contact. Alright, so now that I've made all of my cuts, I always fold the shortest lip in first so that way it will be secure by the bigger lips. Again, pressing down so I don't have any bubbles. And then I turn, pull it tight to the edge of the cover as I can. That one's starting to bubble. And I'm going to do the bottom side. Okay. Sometimes you might have cut a little bit too close to the spine. I just kind of let the paper go up over that first page, and it never seems to bother their work. So now we've got the whole front cover is done. You see it's all done. There will be some edges here that look, you know, a little square. Sometimes I'll take a little strip of this stuff. No, this isn't cutting well enough, so just leave it. Sometimes I would take some and try to fold that under, but I'm just going to have you leave it because it's not cutting very well. Okay, so now we've got to do the back cover. So we're going to start the process again. We're going to tilt it. Can you move it back farther so it's not too close? Okay. So I'm going to flip it so the spine is away from me. And I'm going to find my edge of the paper. And I'm going to start pulling again away. And then I go all the way until the paper's gone. You may have bigger lips on one side or the other, and that's fine. So now I'm gonna make my cuts again. Don't grab it. I'm gonna go straight in to the top edge. Straight down. That's sticking to the table. I don't want this to be too wide, otherwise you have to go back and recut so that it doesn't stick out the front of the cover. Pull that piece off. I don't need that anymore. Sometimes, if like this is really close and you're not going to be able to bend it in, sometimes I'll trim this up and just take a little bit of extra off the right by the spine, just so that it's going to fold in really well. Cut that off. One more cut here. So these covers are really important to the kids. They worked hard on them. And so if you feel like the contact paper that I have is not doing the job, it's like too sticky or it might be ruining something, like you have to stop and let me get some different paper. So anyways, I'm going to flip this over now so that way I can fold in the lips. And again, I'm going with the shortest side first, folding that up. Hopefully all of my cuts were close enough to the edge so I don't have to make any more cuts, but that does happen. Some yuckies in there. Okay, and I'm going to fold this one up. Oh, I didn't trim this one off. See, when I fold this one up, it's a little bit too far on the spine, so I'm just going to cut a little tiny piece here. So that way when I close the book, I'm not going to have a big chunk of it sticking out. Just fold that in. Next side. Pull this up. And I turn it around. Fold up my last lip. Let it all down as much as I can smoothly. I did get some yuckies in there, but it's on the inside, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, so I'll close it all up. And this student's notebook is covered, and the cover's not going to come off now, so all set. So that's the idea. Let me know if you have any questions. Students and I are going to be working, but if I have a break where I can answer questions, I will. I'm going to send, like, not all of the notebooks. You probably won't be able to finish it by the time you're going to leave. So I'll send a handful of them down. So thanks for coming in again. I really appreciate it.